Bonjour à la team YouTube, j'espère que vous allez bien, j'espère que vous êtes confortablement installés. On va continuer Baldur's Gate 3. Je suis super méga impatiente. Sans plus tarder, c'est parti. Pour vous faire culpabiliser et tout, c'est exactement ce qu'elle fait Char. Et ça vous fait une torture psychologique. Elle enlève toute la brume et tout.
A powerful ally. Well chosen, Shadowheart. Can't wait to watch her cleave Ketheric's head in two.
Yes. Et recherche sur les cages spirituelles. Cet ouvrage est couvert d'annotations rédigées d'une main nerveuse et irrégulière. Elles évoquent une cage spirituelle, liant la force vitale d'un individu à un autre. Un schéma grossier dépeint deux personnes côte à côte. Celui de gauche a une dague plantée dans la poitrine et celui de droite présente une blessure similaire près du cœur.
Lady, forgive me.
Shadowheart, what happened? You were missing for a moment.
I thought I was done for. I thought perhaps I might have been dead. This is all like some sort of terrible dream. But it's real, isn't it? I stood before the night song. I heard Lady Shah's words. And I failed her. Worse than failed her, I defied her. Just because of what that Asimar said. I tried to leave, but Shah blocked me. Punished me for failing her. I thought I knew the limit of pain that the incurable wound could inflict, but I had no idea. It felt like I was suffering the agony of 1,000 people all at once. My blood was boiling, my hair was on fire. I thought I'd claw my own face off with the pain. But then she released me. Banished me, more like. She said I was an outcast. That all of her children would know me and revile me.
Shadowheart looks distraught, abandoned by her goddess and all former allies. And as for her divine magic, admitting who empowers her now may break her spirit for good.
Si cela peut vous consoler, je pense que vous avez pris la bonne décision.
You're lucky to have such confidence. Me. I think the full price of what I've done has yet to reveal itself. I'm a target to Lady Shah's followers now. Night Song promised she'd tell me something about myself. I need to speak with her as soon as I can.
Ouais.
What she said to me back in the Shadowfell about the wolves. That's no coincidence. She took flight to hunt down Ketheric Thorm. All I can do is help hasten his demise, and hope that answers soon follow.
On va d'abord lui demander comment elle se sent, même si bon, la réponse est très évidente.
Do you really need to ask? I'm sorry. I have a lot on my mind. The Shadowfell, Night Song. I can think of little else.
On va parler à Chantenuit. Chantenuit va devoir s'expliquer. Moi, j'en veux pas à Chantenuit, en fait.
Yes. I'm counting on it. I have little else to turn to.
Bah nous.
The sooner I speak to Night Song, the sooner I'll know what the future holds for me. Assuming I have a future at all.
J'ai à vous parler d'un certain nombre de choses.
I'm sorry.
Ah.
It might be best kept until later. I'd be a poor counsel and worse company just now.
Oh. Câlin, la pauvre.
Shadowheart suffers. You might be surprised, but it pains me to see. Now, what would you ask of me?
Est-ce que tu peux danser la lambada?
Shah's ire has shaken Shadowheart. And yet she goes on. There is untold strength there, I feel.
Will.
Shah called Shadowheart nothing. But I know better than that. She is something. She is worthy. She is strong. She is Shadowheart.
Est-ce que tu peux aller lui
Nothing
dire,
can
s'il te
take
plaît?
the her from her. Not even a goddess.
I hate seeing Shadowheart suffer like this. All for doing the right thing. It's up to us to look after her now. If she needs a rest, we carry her. If she needs a hand, she has ours. If she needs ears, we've got 4 between us. Whatever she needs.
Est-ce qu'on peut lui parler?
You wanted something?
Oh, sa voix. Bon, pas tout de suite, j'imagine.
Poor Shadowheart. The gods are nothing if not vindictive in their vengeance.
Astarion, qu'est-ce qu'il va dire? J'ai peur.
I suppose it was only a matter of time until Shah took vengeance. For the Lady of Loss, she does not like losing.
Et gratouille.
The dog wags his tail, a small bag clenched between his teeth.
Alors, qu'est-ce que tu as? Donne-moi ça. En fait, à chaque fois, moi, je me pose la question, mais il les vole à qui, ces trucs?
He gives in and surrenders his find to you.
Agathe, merci.
Scratch's tongue lolls out happily, his
Vous
tail
savez-
wagging even faster.
Vous savez, ce qui serait super marrant, ce serait que quelqu'un espionne notre personnage ou notre groupe, ou quelqu'un dans notre groupe ou quoi, et du coup n'arrête pas de nous suivre. Sauf que Scratch le sent à la trace, et du coup va de temps en temps là où la personne dort, lui vole un truc et nous le ramène à nous. Vous en pensez quoi? Les tambours.
Clustered fires and tents. The Absolute's army is camped here. Better not press my luck.
C'est l'armée de l'absolu là? Est-ce qu'on peut s'approcher? Oh, je peux pas aller plus loin pour voir. Oh la vache. C'est la porte vers la porte vers Baldur? Non. Il faut que je passe par là? Oh, attends, il y a un squelette à côté là. Et non mais...
Where are you going? We don't have time to waste. Ketheric is vulnerable. We must leave no opportunity for him to recover. We must strike now, or this will all have been for nothing.
Ok, calme-toi. Je me fais engueuler. Je voulais juste te voir, moi. Je suis curieuse. Ok, bon, on y va. Là, je me fais engueuler, c'est bon. Moi,
There
quand
you
je
are.
l'ai fait, ça m'a
What's
fait
happening
des-
out there?
Ah
Who
bon?
was that streaking across the sky?
Elle s'appelle Chante de Nuit. C'est une immortelle que Ketheric a faite prisonnière dans la Gisombre.
An immortal. But it couldn't possibly be. Never mind. It doesn't matter. What matters is you have him in a corner. Jaheira and every fighting body in this place have gone to Moonrise Towers to face Ketheric down. She's waiting for you there. End this. Now. We're all counting on you. I want to have a word. There you are. What's happening out there? Who was that streaking across the sky?
Qui qu'elle soit, elle a un lourd contentieux à régler avec Ketheric. Mais sans... Ouais, tiens, voyons voir.
She can join the club. Jaheira and every fighting body in this place have gone to Moonrise Towers to face Ketheric down. She's waiting for you there.
Oh mince. Elle est pas là?
End this. Now.
Oui, tu m'as déjà dit. Ah, il a rangé son marteau dans son
Did you
cul.
see it?
Pardon.
The path of light. That's good, right?
Means we might make it out of here alive.
Oui. Ouh. Journal de l'aubergiste. La Vierge lunaire nous garde. J'ai trop tardé à aller voir Morfred et à mon arrivée, sa demeure avait été attaquée et tous ses occupants emmenés pour être interrogés. Je doute de revoir mon frère un jour. S'ils lui ont mis le grappin dessus, je suis très certainement le prochain sur la liste. La seule découverte de mon hôtel suffira à me trahir. Mais je ne peux ni ne veux renier Notre-Dame d'argent malgré les tourments promis par Kesseric à tous ceux qui refusent de se convertir. Kesseric. On va lui botter le cul.
Come on. Plenty more to do yet.
Unshackled from shadows, she will rise in moonlit glory and carve a path of brightness to the accursed one's second death. So saith the wise Alondo. That beacon of angelic wrath has taken the fight to Ketheric on the rooftop, and the first line of defense are dead. But storming the tower won't be easy, and if we wait too long, Ketheric will gather his strength and retaliate. For now, though, he's on the back foot for the first time since he returned from the grave. This is it. The spearhead moment. You brought us this far. So how shall we proceed?
Pour commencer, entrons et prenons le contrôle du rez-de-chaussée afin d'empêcher quiconque de sortir.
A sound strategy. Once it's done, me and my harpers will hold the ground floor while you hunt down the general himself. Floric left some of her flaming fist. They'll scout the prisons and the barracks below to ensure we're not taken by surprise. Say the word, and we're off.
En fait, je préférerais pouvoir rejoindre mon groupe, Jaira.
I'm touched, but I'm already spoken for.
Kesseric est un adversaire redoutable. J'aurais grand besoin d'une alliée qui l'est tout autant.
Very well. Side by side we'll stand, as we'll rip true souls from a false god. As good a prophecy as any. At the ready, harpers! In this light, there will be victory. In this light, we will avenge the fallen!
Elle est à fond.
The time has come. Ketheric will taste of death at last.
De toute façon, j'avais déjà tué pas mal d'ennemis. Donc normalement, j'ai déjà pas mal débarrassé. J'en ai pas tué assez, visiblement. Oh. J'aurais dû les tuer, eux. Alors je sais pas pourquoi je peux attaquer au torrent, mais écoutez, donnez-moi attaque infinie, hein, moi ça me va. Hein. Je sais pas ce qui se passe là avec le jeu, je crois que ça a bugué. Tant qu'il me laisse attaquer, moi j'attaque. Hein. On continue? On continue, écoutez, donc... Je crois qu'on lui tire dans le kiki, il n'aura point de descendance. Il ou elle, je ne sais... Ouh. C'est un heal. Ah bah, ouf. La tombée. Allez, on continue, hein, moi je... Quand est-ce que c'est le tour de l'ennemi? Jamais. Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe? Et si on se bat contre Kesseric comme ça? Moi ça me va, hein. C'est quoi? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Oh, le petit chat, griffe d'acier, il peut pas se battre avec nous. Imaginez le chat. Vas-y, rentre. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
What have you done? What have you done to me?
Persuasion, Mélodia ne voulait pas ça pour vous, Kesseric. Elle ne souhaitait que votre bonheur. Mettez un terme à cette folie. Il est encore temps de vous racheter.
There is no redemption, can't you see?
Hein?
It is too late. If Melodia could see all I've done, she'd know. She'd know her husband died long ago with Isabel. Unlike Isabel, he could not be brought back.
La 2, parce que je pense que si on lui dit qu'il pourrait être réuni auprès de sa femme...
I wish it could be so. I do. But the Moon Maiden did not intervene when my life was dismantled piece by piece. And when I tried to buy it back, it cost me everything. Everything. We are copper pieces in their belts. Tokens to be traded for scraps. You have beaten me, true soul. But the gods beat me first.
Ah, je me sens tellement mal pour lui en vrai. On tente la 2? Il n'est pas trop tard, Kesseric. Votre histoire n'est pas obligée de s'achever là.
Aelin.
Rise, you dog! Retribution has come, and her sword is my sword.
Attendez, Kesseric s'est rendu.
Ha! Ketheric Thorn would sooner die than lay down his rank cause. Isn't that right, General?
I was a fool to hesitate. Power like mine cannot be hidden, cannot be cowed. But power like mine has a price. A price I am destined to pay. You have one last chance to bow. Once it's gone, I'll have no choice but to destroy you both. Do you hear? Bow! The prism. You've had it all this time, you worm. You will bow before me. And if you will not bow, you will break.
He will crumble at the power of your touch. Give him all you have. The gods fight at our side!
Bon, eh bien écoutez, c'est dommage. Meilleur. On y va. Il est où lui? Ça c'est qui? Susdera, c'est qui Susdera? Je viens de réaliser de ce que j'étais en train de dire. Susdera. Waouh. Oh mais elle est badass elle. Oh elle est badass.
Focus your attack, soldiers.
Hein? Je lui fais que dalle comparé à ce que...
Enough.
Hein?
My lord beckons me.
Mais je déconne là ou quoi?
You must return to your prison, and my daughter must be reclaimed.
Your daughter? Isabel.
Ils se connaissent? Elles se connaissent?
Sure as she. This has only begun.
Elle est morte, elle est morte.
That tentacle was colossal. How
can such a thing be possible?
The General will call that a tactical retreat, I'm sure. But you have him on the run. That thing he summoned was illithid. Follow it below and find him, before he has a chance to subdue the Night Song again.
Vous ne voulez pas assister au dernier acte? Le dernier acte du chapitre 2, Jaira? Je vais lui régler son compte, ne vous en faites pas. Ouais, j'ai pas envie de mettre les ménestrels en danger parce que c'est des PNJ qui sont un peu plus faibles, donc tant pis.
I don't doubt it. But I'd come with you, if you'll have me.
Dans ce cas, joignez-vous à moi. Vas-y,
You
viens.
have numbers enough already, I think. You'll want a small force, if you are to finish this quickly.
Ah, qu'est-ce que
Good
je fais?
hunting.
Oups. Ah, bah ouais. Ça donne envie comme ça. Vous regardez par le trou laissé par le tentacule qui a attiré Kaetheric dans les ténèbres. Sauterez-vous dans le vide à sa suite? Bah oui. Quelle question?
The hole yawns back at you, impossibly wide. A single tentacle burrowed through stone.
Si ça se trouve, ça chatouille, hein, donc en vrai, ça se trouve, c'est bien. Moi aussi.
This must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
All of this, sitting beneath moonrise. For how long? And how deep does it go?
J'imagine qu'on peut pas remonter.
Descend, assemble.
Ouais.
Tread carefully. We are very close to the source of the Absolute now.
Ok, ok.
That telepathic storm has become a tempest.
The little brains aren't attacking. Ugh. They must think we're all on the same side.
Ugh, the stench. I wonder how many pilgrimages to Moonrise ended down here.
Never think, always chop, chop, chop.
No will sparks behind his eyes. His mind has been hollowed out to better echo the commands of the collective. You could kill it, end its miserable life of enslavement. Surely that would be the humane thing to do. Or you could take advantage of its vulnerability and plunder what's left of its hollow mind for anything that could serve you.
Quel est cet endroit? Si ça se trouve, en tuant machin, eh bien lui, ça va le libérer, non?
No, sorry. Here, they become
Comment ça en devenir?
part of one mind. 4 little feet dancing to same song.
With a lurch, you realize he means the intellect devourers. Here, the brains are harvested, made part of the hive mind.
Qu'avez-vous fait à tous ces pauvres gens? Même si on a eu la réponse.
Chop, chop. Help them. Become.
Je cherche votre maître, Kaetheric.
Master. Down deep. 1 of 3. 1 of 3.
Il a peur?
Pliant as well-worn boots, his mind turns to his work. Chop, cut, sort, shiver of impact, crack of bone. He removes the brains, digs free the squirming tadpoles, the unworthy ones given over to the illithids, to become.
Lettre à l'absolu. Note écrite par une main d'enfant qui est également ajoutée de petits dessins. Cher absolu, le maître dit qu'il faut écrire, que c'est comme une prière. On voit ta tour maintenant, j'espère qu'elle est aussi propre et qu'elle sent aussi bon que le temple de maman. Le maître dit qu'elle nous suivra bientôt. Envoie des rêves plus agréables au maître, s'il te plaît. Il râle tout le temps, et quand il est fatigué, il regarde pas trop où il va, et les roues du chariot roulent dans tous les nids de poules. On te promet qu'on fera pas de bruit pour qu'il puisse dormir.
All that blood. Guess there's a worse place than Avernus after all. Whoever that was, this place chewed them up and spit them out.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe si je tue ça?
Down.
Bon, dit comme ça, en plus... Ah! Comment ça?
What's this feeling? I'm so happy.
Prière du pardon. Pardonne-moi, Père, mais je ne peux m'empêcher d'admirer l'élu de notre pire ennemi. Le génie d'Anver Gortash nous emmènera loin, mais n'aie crainte. Les adeptes de Bane commettent toujours la même erreur. Ils ne perçoivent pas la beauté de l'anéantissement. Le mensonge de l'absolu recueillera la fausse dévotion de nouveaux esclaves. Mais une fois que j'aurai assemblé une armée assez grande, j'exploiterai notre emprise sur eux pour mener ce monde infâme à sa perte. Le plan génial de Gortash va servir nos propres ambitions. Lui, Kesseric et moi, nous emparerons des reliques du nez stérile contrôlant la couronne, que nous utiliserons pour piloter le grand dessein des Illicides. Les trois dieux morts, ses ennemis éternels, nos terribles maîtres, seront alliés pour un temps. Père, tu m'as créé pour leur survivre à tous. Le moment venu, quand mon pouvoir sera assuré, je tuerai Gortash et Kesseric sur ton autel, au pied duquel j'espère moi-même mourir quand le monde rendra son dernier soupir. Quand j'en aurai terminé, toute vie aura disparu. Tout le monde va mourir. Pour toi, tu seras fier de moi. Note ajoutée au bas de la page d'une main différente. Ah, Orin avait raison au sujet de son autel, Baldur.
We will take the city. Someone with a bum eye is missing their patch.
Molle! Oh! Note de Balthazar. Note expérimentale rédigée dans l'écriture précise de Balthazar. Si l'on décide de ne pas s'arrêter à ces faiblesses évidentes dans certains domaines, il est clair que le jeune Gortash a l'esprit d'un scientifique. Avant sa dernière invention, la bibliothèque des Illicides n'était qu'une succession d'étagères garnies de cerveaux en bocal, nageant dans une solution de liquide céphalo-rachidien. Grâce à sa machine, plus besoin de puissance psionique pour accéder aux souvenirs. Il suffit d'insérer le sujet à l'intérieur et de lui parler directement. Je préférerais toutefois qu'il montre moins d'enthousiasme à tester sa machine sur autant de sujets, et j'en ai plus qu'assez de retrouver leur scalp et leur bout de crâne dans mon atelier. Âme éveillée.
Empty vessel, nothing more. Lending voice to elder law.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Mais éveillé?
Descend. We depart.
Okay.
Every day he comes. Every day for 3 days to ask me how I want to tell, but I am confused. Which day is it?
Alors attends, laisse-moi vérifier. On est le 27 décembre 2023. Il, de qui parlez-vous au juste?
We are his pets. His plan. Lord Gortash.
C'est le premier jour?
The first, yes. 5 days since he put that thing in my eye. But the first day he came to... He says I am the last. That the other subjects have all changed.
C'est le deuxième jour en fait.
Eye hurts. Head hurts. But he says I am past the worst of it. That I won't change. He's given me a place of honor, so he can repeat his miracle. And a name. True Soul.
C'est le troisième jour en fait, je me suis trompée.
She whispers in my mind. She... Praise the Absolute.
Parlez-moi un peu des autres.
Separate cells. I never saw them. But what? My head! I can feel them in my head!
Et du coup, ça me donne l'autre ou pas?
Shh! This place listens. If we're going to escape, we have to be smart.
Vous savez comment sortir d'ici?
This place is alive. A big thinking thing. And it needs our flesh to grow. I've seen them put corpses in the walls and they just melt away. So we've got to trick it, see? Make it think we're part of it. That's why the door... Wait. How did you get in here? Away, slave! They might have taken your mind, but they won't have mine!
Design.
Well, that didn't last long.
De quoi tu parles?
A whole fleet of nautiloids. How many true souls have passed through this place?
Oh. Il fait ça contre son gré, non? Est-ce qu'on le libère? Vas-y.
Okay. Sort of fight.
Living mate, not for long. Time. Death. Free at last. No more chomp. Chomp. Chomp.
Esprit récent.
My head hurts. Can I go back to bed, Mummy?
Comment as-tu atterri ici?
I live here. This is my house. Our house, right, Mummy? We saw a big spiky snail that fell out of the sky. I'm just very sleepy, Mummy. I wish you'd stop waking me up so much.
Vous savez, le texte qu'on a vu avec l'enfant qui disait oui, j'espère que ce sera aussi bien que dans ta tour ou je sais pas quoi. Je me demande si c'est pas cet enfant qui a écrit ce mot. Un escargot tout piquant.
With big wiggly legs.
Il est temps de retourner au lit. Dans ce cas, bonne nuit petit. Et moi, je crois bien que je ne trouverai plus jamais le sommeil. Bon, on va dire là.
Night, night, Mummy. Love you.
Ouais, love you too. La tête qui tire. Mais dis-lui que tu l'aimes quand même. Hein?
I'm sleepy. Mummy.
Ouais, c'est bon, tu veux plus nous reparler? Bon, bah d'accord. Au revoir. Jamais assez de balles. Seigneur, je te vois bien. Tu sais, t'as un chien, t'as plein de balles dans les mains, tu fais allez, tu es prêt? Et tu les lances toutes. Et le chien.
We depart.
Je vais attraper laquelle? Journal de recherche de la maîtresse des âmes. Expérience sur le premier jour 4. J'ai une nouvelle fois remarqué une fuite de liquide au niveau de la cavité orale, mais j'ai pu en confirmer la cause. En raison de la méthode d'infestation inhabituelle, les sécrétions du parasite s'écoulent à l'extérieur au lieu d'être absorbées par le cerveau, comme déjà observé sur d'autres esclaves. J'ignore pourquoi le parasite évacue cette huile, mais elle dégage cette odeur d'ail indiquant qu'il s'est nourri de la matière grise de son hôte. J'ai prélevé un échantillon expulsé par son oreille. Jour 5. J'ai procédé à la dissection du sujet. Il n'a montré aucun signe de douleur alors que je déroulais ses intestins. Il s'en est même emparé pour faire une corde et tenter de m'étrangler. Mais ses bras n'ont plus la moindre force. J'ai dû réinsérer tous ses organes dans sa cavité abdominale. Je réessayerai un autre jour. Note de Cressa. J'ai vu des milliers d'oreilles. Certaines ont le réflexe de se contracter quand elles sentent que la larve est sur le point de pénétrer dans leur conduit. Le passage du verre étant facilité par un nettoyage préalable du pavillon auditif, j'ai pris l'habitude de préparer le terrain à l'aide de bougies auriculaires. Mon travail m'ennuie terriblement. J'en ai plus qu'assez de voir défiler les oreilles. À la longue, je suis lasse d'être cantonnée à la création d'esclaves. Apparemment, les recherches relatives au cerveau sont la chasse gardée des élus et j'ai l'interdiction d'étudier ces pantins azimutés. Il va falloir que je m'en procure un autre, à l'insu de Balthazar. Une créature à la volonté exceptionnelle, à l'image de mon cher petit agneau disparu, qui soit capable de conserver des bribes de sa personnalité malgré l'influence du parasite. Nous devons à tout prix en apprendre davantage sur cet étrange phénomène. Journal de Maktev Budj. Je me souviens de notre vie de chirurgien de campagne à Nashkel. À l'époque, nous cherchions juste à perfectionner notre art, à apprendre à soigner toutes les lésions potentiellement mortelles. Comment en sommes-nous arrivés là? Cressa est méconnaissable depuis que son âme éveillée...
General Thorm was attacked. The order to evacuate given. You should not be here.
Madame!
I conclude you are one of the attackers.
Madame, j'étais en train de lire. C'est Cressa? Vas-y. Comment en sommes-nous arrivés là? Cressa est méconnaissable depuis que son âme éveillée, apprivoisée, a été embarquée à bord de ce nautiloïde. Je n'arrive même plus à la toucher, tant cette seule pensée me rend malade. Ma propre femme me répugne, avec ses expérimentations contre nature. D'ailleurs, ce n'est plus vraiment ma femme. Je pensais que la disparition de sa créature favorite lui rendrait la raison. Mais en fin de compte, elle n'arrive pas à se remettre de la séparation. Si elle apprend que je l'ai dénoncé à Balthazar pour qu'il nous débarrasse de cette chose, j'ai bien peur qu'elle me tue. Journal d'Henri le Velu. Tout autour de moi n'est qu'entrailles fumantes et fluides corporels. Depuis combien de temps sommes-nous ici à créer de nouveaux esclaves? Je n'en peux plus. La voix de Myrcule lui-même est étouffée par mes peurs devenues incontrôlables. Or, le Seigneur des Os ne veut pas de lâches dans ses rangs. Rien de ce qui m'entoure n'a l'air réel. Je suis dans le ventre d'un kraken, sans dessus-dessous. Je suis mort. Dire que le domaine de Myrcule m'est de tout temps apparu comme un havre de paix. Il faut croire que je me trompais. Lettre de doigt de fer. Elle va m'en oculer un, c'est sûr et certain. Cressa, qui a été initiée en même temps que moi, il y a tant d'années, elle va me glisser un parasite dans l'oreille dès que j'aurai les yeux fermés. C'est plus fort qu'elle, et il lui faut sans cesse un nouveau cobaye, un esclave caché quelque part à sa disposition pour qu'elle puisse se livrer à des expériences que Balthazar lui a interdites. Cressa, je me rappelle encore l'époque où nous piétinions des fourmis pour mieux les ressusciter, notre première mise à mort. J'espère que toi aussi tu t'en souviens, quelque part dans les tréfonds de ta mémoire. Oh non. On saute dedans? Ok. Ah. Bah non, en fait, on saute pas dedans. Ah, regardez, quand c'est vide, c'est rouge, et quand c'est plein, c'est vert. On va toucher quelqu'un qui n'a pas de tentacules, juste pour voir. Attendez, déjà un vide.
The pod is empty, traces of psychic energy still
This must be where they infect and
and
transform
memories
those
of
they
its former
kidnap.
inhabitants spill into your mind.
Waouh. Deux trucs
You
en
see
même
the
temps.
streets of Baldur's Gate, the emblem of the flaming fist, martial drills and courtly dances.
Oh, attends. Est-ce que c'est les
You
souvenirs...
feel the courage of a soldier who became a commander, and the intelligence of a commander who became a duke.
Est-ce que c'est les souvenirs de la personne qui était à
Ravengard was here, in this pod not long ago.
Est-ce que c'est les souvenirs de la personne qui était à l'intérieur de la cellule là? Peut-être que je peux avec la caméra.
This pod pulsates with the angry memories of Ravengard's search officer, Manep Shurga. She laments her failure to locate him. The device releases a stream of fragmented memories and emotions, all that remains of the pod inhabitant's former self. Your lungs burn with the dry heat of the fires raging about you. But the pain is not enough to diminish your swing. One goblin after another falls to your blade. A man's voice cries out through the thick smoke. Ravengard! You call, but the clang of swords and spell shouts of attacking drow are your only reply. Desperation, pain, terror. Cultists raided his village. He was the sole survivor. Amusement, curiosity, fascination. He believed the horrors of Moonrise to be a fleeting dream that fade on waking.
Ici.
The device does not react to your presence. Courage, conviction, defiance. Even as her organs began to dissolve, she believed she could resist. You remember the shattered windows of Alteral's High Cathedral, the burning black sky of Avernus beyond. In its horror, the blood war unites you. tiefling, dwarf, and elf alike huddle behind the shields of your paladin order, waiting for salvation. But when it comes, disunity, delirium, mania, laughter. The returned city casts your people out. His mind the devils who dragged them down to hell. He was laughing uncontrollably as the paladin fell to his broken face. It is your faith itself. Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with the device, and a chorus of static energy fills your mind. Every mind flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release and sustenance. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet elithid, terrified, desperate to escape. The device is open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Ouais, mais du coup, oui, on va les... Mais oui. Astarion désapprouve. Bon, Astarion, écoute, hein. Arrête de bouger. Donc voilà.
I didn't think I was going to make it. Thank you. I owe you an explanation. Much more than that. But first, please, the others, the ambush. Tell me they survived.
Pas tous. Ils ont trouvé refuge en lieu sûr. Dites-moi plutôt ce qui s'est passé, Zevlor.
You've heard some of it, I'm sure. That I froze, or broke, or some other lie that is kinder than the truth. We were ambushed by cultists, yes. And then I heard her, their false god, whispering promises in my mind. I would be a paladin again, with a god's purpose, a god's power. Everything I needed to protect my people. And all the while, the cult tortured them. They fought and ran and died around me, while I imagined myself their savior. By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. I did not just surrender to the absolute. For a moment, I welcomed it.
De toute évidence, vous n'étiez plus maître de vous-même, ce n'est pas votre faute.
It would be nice to think so, but whatever these monsters twist us into, I believe it begins in us. I won't make excuses. I can't make amends, but I know something of what you came to do. I want to help, if you'll let me. Ketherick is below. He thinks you're no longer a menace. Descend and show him how wrong he is. If there are any more survivors to be found, I'll find them and lead them out of this place.
Et on va lui demander de secourir les autres en espérant que comme ça, il n'y aura pas d'autres morts, ok?
They have you. Go, my friend. Please, let me do this much.
Huh. Oh, stench. I'm beginning to think I should have stayed in that pod. In there it only smelled like me. Is there any news about Duke Ravengard? Did he get out alive? No. Tell by your expression. Gonna have to fall on my sword, aren't I?
Un peu extrême.
On the other hand, maybe I'll just live for revenge. Yeah, by Grumsh. That sounds like a plan.
I don't know how to thank you. I thought I was done for. This is a bleeding shit show. Half my squad's dead, the other half sporting tentacles. We came here to rescue Duke Ravengard. But we didn't stand a chance.
Où est-il?
Yeah. He was in one of the pods. The cultists took him away. He was still human, and still trying to put up a fight.
J'ai pas fini les questions.
A couple of those flayers were comrades of mine. I'd have been trying to suck your brains out along with them, if you'd arrived any later.
C'est qui là? Quels sont des flèches de leur manteau?
Let's see what this does. Brine pools, but empty of tadpoles.
Tadpoling a camp.
Unusual.
Better the devil you
Harvesting
know, I
all the larvae indicates they are getting ready for something big.
By Grazit's cock, it's about time you came.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'a fait là, elle? Eh bien, qu'avons-nous là? Une petite minute. Je tiens à profiter de cet instant.
Go on and gloat.
Mais
Bow
oui,
to your
attendez.
pretend crowd. All done? Good. Now, enough sniffing around and get me out of this thing.
Libérez Will de votre emprise ou je laisse la secte vous infecter. Je parie que vous feriez une excellente esclave décérébrée. Vous êtes prêts? On va tenter d'intimider. Parce que je suis quelqu'un d'intimidant, ok? Vas-y.
Incredible. You actually think you hold the winning hand?
Mais oui.
Fine. I'll play your game. But I amend the pact. Clause F, Section 9. Soulbinder shall bestow reward or favor only upon soul-bearer's fulfillment of related obligation. Now, open the pod.
Your eyes turn to the control panel next to the pod. It has 2 devices marked with elithid symbols. The controls are open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
C'est comme ça qu'on fait quand on comprend pas les boutons, tu sais. Pouic, 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 pouic. Ah, la flemme. Mais elle est grande.
Good work. I'd give you a gold star, but
non,
I'm
elle est pas si
fresh
grande.
out. As for the pact, Clause Z, Section 13. If the soulbinder consents to separation, she will release the soul bearer from all obligation within 6 months.
6 months? We could be long dead before that long's elapsed.
Ignorant thing. It's always the terms and conditions that get you.
Vous pouvez brûler dans les enfers, vous et vos conditions. Mettez un terme à votre pacte avec Will, ou je vous tranche la tête. Et je la mets sur un pic.
Not going to happen, but I do like your spunk. Right. I'm out of here. I need a long bath. I'll leave you to your very serious business.
Mais les
But
gars...
don't you fret. If you survive this place, I'll find you. The pup will be needing me. Count on it. Oh, and ask Will how we met. I've loosened his tongue. It's real cracker of a tale. Ta-ta.
Oh, je suis curieuse, tiens. On va demander à Will. Attendez. La fenêtre, là, avec la personne qui est immobile ici. Oh, je crois voir où on est. On connaît, lui, non? Qui êtes-vous?
The corpse.
Saul, trou Saul. Qui étiez-vous avant l'avènement de l'absolu? Nimias précepteur.
Nimias, school teacher.
Que vous est-il arrivé?
Altar, rooftop, my
Votre récompense pour quoi? Pour avoir recruté des ouailles de jeunes âmes pour l'absolu. Hein.
brought converts, young
Et quel est...
souls for the absolute.
Et quelle était-elle, cette récompense?
To see her design, to see
The spell's power wanes, You can ask no more questions.
Si ça se trouve, j'aurais pu lui demander c'est quoi est-ce qu'il a vu comme dessin. Esprit fermé.
They won't be laughing much longer. Won't be any more of this. No gnomes in the city, watch, Brevin. This Cortesh fella's got an idea. Kind of a training camp. Don't know how it gets me into the watch, but he seems the smart sort. Won't be laughing. Won't be laughing when I'm a watchman.
As the console bursts into life, a mind touches your own. Alien and full of desperate need, but fragmented too. It is incomplete. It yearns to connect, but needs you to guide the process, linking each part of your mind to its like.
Commencer à manipuler l'esprit. Alors, juste au cas où si vous demandez où je suis là. Oups. Voilà, comme ça vous savez. Le bleu, qui est la parole, se trouve ici. On avait trouvé un chemin à peu près logique. Hop. 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 Et hop. Ok. Ensuite, ici, on a la raison. La raison se trouve ici. Ok. Ici, on a la mémoire. Vas-y, on va faire la mémoire en premier. Là. Là.
Welcome back, master.
Oh yes, on commence à y arriver, ok, ok. Et les cornes, les émotions, du coup en bas ici, ensuite là, yes. Là.
Welcome back, master.
That should do it.
Yes, on a réussi. Regardez, regardez. Oh, alors si jamais vous voulez, je vous laisse prendre des captures d'écran. 3, 2, 1. Je vais essayer de me tourner, comme ça vous pouvez voir un petit peu le chemin, j'espère. Voilà, j'essaie de me tourner très lentement, si jamais vous voulez prendre des captures d'écran. Voilà. Si jamais ça peut vous aider, parce que je sais pas si ça donne une grande récompense, sait-on jamais. Mais voilà en gros le chemin que j'ai fait, ok? Donc là, du coup, je suis pas passée par là. Et je vous laisse prendre une capture d'écran ici, si vous voulez. Voilà, ça va comme ça? Oh, esprit est en train de se réveiller. Ouh. Il y a quelques... bas-relief profane.
Your tadpole echoes, not with presence, but memory, tinged with loss.
The grand design, honor, perfection, unity, every plane, as one, every being in their place.
That loss blooms into a sudden fury, burying claws in your mind.
Taken, corrupted, gone.
And just as suddenly, the pain and memory are gone, leaving only stone once more.
The grand design. The restoration of the Mind Flayer Empire. The dream of all Illithids.
Ouais, franchement, ça fait pas envie, hein. Esprit consentant. Esprit en train de se réveiller. Je crois que c'était ça.
The moment comes. The absent.
Fine bones, sharp jaw. Some variety of elf? Pretty enough for a flesh prison, if not the noble Gethzerai features I was born with. I'd guess you're no willing guest of the Geik either. Perhaps we might aid one another.
Ou on dit je vous écoute, quel genre d'aide avez-vous à offrir?
My order taught a psionic technique much feared by the Geik. They destroyed us for it, and kept me as a trophy. I never broke, but I've spent all these centuries awake, aware. So here is my offer. Use your tadpole, erase me, and I will pass my technique on to you.
Vous voulez que je vous tue? Mais que diriez-vous si j'étais en mesure de vous libérer plus tôt?
My people dwell in limbo, a realm of pure chaotic thought. With my mind gone, perhaps my soul will return there. Or perhaps not. Death, freedom, they are one and the same. Touch my mind, and purge it. At the very moment you do, I will make my knowledge yours.
Quand vous parlez d'oblitérer votre esprit, est-ce une invitation à vous réduire la cervelle en bouillie?
I do not. The Geik have been warping flesh for millennia. Who knows what damage they can undo? It is my mind they enslave. It is my mind that must die.
Ok. Carlac approuve.
The awareness that floods you is nothing like the tadpole. It is tentative and tinged with the loneliness of eons. It fades beneath your touch, but you feel something left behind. A fragment.
It is only knowledge yet, without comprehension. But when you use it, you will see. And I see.
Barrière mentale. Oh, attends, je peux lui reparler ou pas? Ce bruit, dis donc, l'actrice qui a dû enregistrer sa voix en train de faire ça. Bon. J'en dis pas plus, on s'en va. L'ascenseur est juste ici. Hop. On y va. Oh, j'ai cru que tout le monde n'était pas là.
Mine too. It's excited by something down here.
Oh, l'atterrissage. Pas très en douceur, on va dire ça comme ça. Porte de chair.
No longer a background murmur. The presence in your mind builds to a roar.
We've found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
On va rentrer, hein.
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Motherfucker! Gortash!
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes. With cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure. Like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I have played my part.
You've built an army for our masters, true enough. But what of the astral prism? A rogue true soul flaunting it under your nose all this time. And you ran from her.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketherick. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up.
So you haven't lost your edge. But you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager. The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews again, 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 again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketherick, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow.
Regarde.
The Edict of Bane.
Gortache, regarde. T'as vu? Je peux aussi le mettre là. J'adore les trucs comme ça. Ouh.
The Testament of Merkel!
An elder brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence. Enslaved by mere mortals.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guest. Behold, Duke Ravengard. The Absolute.
Whom preserve us?
You wag your word flap in vain, Alderling. Once the worm holds the whip, your shredded flesh will serve us.
Non, non. Et nous on regarde et on fait rien quoi.
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march. You may catch up with the army once you've retrieved the weapon. And Ketherick, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city. And I am the hero who will save it.
It is time, faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way.
Oh, elle est là, elle est là, elle est là. Là, je leur mental. Est-ce que...
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
Vite, vite.
There you are.
Zut, zut.
As predicted. What is it, I wonder, that draws one toward death like a moth to light? You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out.
Ni vous ni votre copain Gortache avez la moindre idée du rôle qui est le mien, et c'est très bien que ce soit Karlak qui dise ça.
Your place is to die so that I might finally live. Let us speak plainly. My Lord Merkel gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned. Her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers. But for Merkel, I would condemn all of Faerun to death. You are all that stands between me and my destiny. And you have brought the prism here. I will kill you now. And then I will raise you as my servant.
Je suis toujours prête à faire preuve de clémence, il n'est pas trop tard pour vous repentir, mais je pense que c'est mort.
Repent? Would that even be possible? Perhaps. No. There is no repentance. No release. My debt can never be repaid.
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
He is here. He is watching. He is listening. He is... You dare end one who belongs to me. I am the smile of the world-cleansed skull. I am the regrets of those who remain, and the restlessness of those who are gone. I am the haunt of mausoleums, the god of graves and age, of dust and dusk. I am Merkel, lord of bones, and you have slain my chosen. But it is no matter, for I am death, and I am not the end. I am a beginning.
On est mort.
Oh. Oh dear.
Can't get at him as long as the night song's caged.
Ah oui, 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 Night Song, ok. Ah, elle a raté. Raté encore.
Impossible. Death cannot take me. I am its master.
Non.
My lord, hear me. Nothing. I am forsaken. You have no idea what you've done. Isabel.
The villain is the wretch! Together we have crushed him, brain and body. Now, we pick our way toward our fates, unleashed.
You have my sword. My fealty. Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place.
Alors vous vous souvenez quand je vous ai dit qu'il vaut mieux être son ami plutôt que son ennemi? Je suis encore plus de cet avis, voilà.
Oh, Gortash. Ketheric's netherstone. It's in his armor. Take it.
Et nous avons le grand dessin. Transcription des réflexions d'Anver Gortash par le scribe Yanthus. Le grand dessin traduit l'ambition des flageoleurs mentaux de revenir à l'âge d'or de leur grande conquête grâce à une cérémorphose soudaine et globale qui donnerait au cerveau vénérable le contrôle total d'une armée implacable d'esclaves illicides avec laquelle écraser tous leurs vieux ennemis humains, humanoïdes, Githyanki et Illitharides. Bien entendu, ce plan n'est rien de plus qu'un délire mégalomaniaque aux proportions cosmiques, et je sais exactement comment l'exploiter à notre avantage. Nous allons aider les Illithides à le mettre en œuvre, mais de manière à ce qu'ils servent uniquement nos propres intérêts. Ils auront leur croisade d'asservissement, mais ils deviendront eux-mêmes nos esclaves, et nous déciderons où, quand et comment devrait avoir lieu leur grande vague de cérémorphose. Ou pour être plus précis, c'est moi, Gortash, qui déciderai de toutes ces choses. Commander le grand dessin revient clairement aux adeptes de Bane. La fin de l'absolu. Sous ce livre consacré au culte de l'absolu et au danger qu'il représente, la réponse suivante a été ajoutée à la main. Ce ramassis de balivernes compilé à la hâte est certes plein de bonnes intentions, mais son auteur est clairement terrifié par l'absolu. Le problème est qu'il mêle l'essor du culte à d'autres phénomènes tels que la mort thermique de l'univers, la résurrection de Vecna la Lichborgne, la prolifération des excès nécrotiques et même le pourrissement de certains fruits importés depuis le Chult. Il a clairement besoin de s'hydrater et de dormir un peu. Invitation du Seigneur Gortash. Seigneur Gortash, le comité des patriarches indignés souhaite vous inviter à une réunion officielle au palais ducal afin de discuter des plans à court et à long terme pour la subsistance économique de la porte de Baldur. Le 12e jour du mois, à midi, un déjeuner sera servi. Pouvons-nous compter sur votre présence, Seigneur Rilin, président du comité? Et Serixorm.
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Ouf.
Remarkable. Truly.
Comment elle a fait pour
And now the
venir?
picture comes together. The Absolute is neither God nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated. To master an Elder Brain, to subdue it. Our enemies are formidable.
Comment se fait-il que vous puissiez sortir du prisme astral maintenant?
A temporary reprieve, but a welcome one. With a brain on its way to the city, its influence here is weakened.
Ces pierres, d'où viennent-elles au juste?
The crown's markings suggest it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods. It is a crown of domination. The stones were taken from its crest. They are nether stones, imbued with the ability to control the wearer of the crown. The crown's Netherese magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain.
Vous avez reconnu nos ennemis?
One of them I know, Lord Enver Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver. A worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me, but the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Baal, god of murder. Ketheric was a follower of Merkel, which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are the chosen of the dead three.
Comment ça, les élus des trois dieux morts?
Bane, Baal, and Merkel. The tyrant, the assassin, and the necromancer. They are known to pick from their most devout followers a chosen, granting them incredible powers. Each one alone would be a formidable enemy. But working together and controlling an Elder Brain, I dare not imagine what they might achieve.
Et maintenant, qu'est-ce qu'on fait?
We prepare for the fight of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate. Within the city, an elder brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order. An order the Death God's chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the brain from the chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes to strike, you must take it, for there may only be one chance.
Oh, elle est partie. Marteau de guerre de Kesseric, étreinte du faucheur, bouclier de Kesseric, note froissée et un sac de provisions. Ok, attendez. Note froissée. Papa, je t'aime, je t'embrasse. Lise. Oh non, il avait gardé ce petit mot de sa fille. Bah du coup il a poil.
For the two of us.
Ah, he's dead. He's finished. But Gortash was here.
Kethric's psalm is no more. And may he stay dead this time.
The transformation Ketheric underwent was horrifying. So powerful, but so grotesque. There was barely anything of the man left, even before we finished him.
Ouais.
I've been thinking on all that you learned below. If you've got your breath, we ought to discuss our next steps.
Ah, tout le monde est là. Est-ce que Zevlor est là? Ah, il est là aussi.
Like...
It's been a long day.
Like your mind...
I need to rest
wants
soon.
you dead.
How'd you survive it?
Thaniel. I had to look after him. Without him, I wouldn't have lasted long.
Ouais, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Isabel.
Ouais, donc elles se connaissent bien.
My love. You were dead. I saw your body.
I'm here. And so are you. And my father, he can't hurt us any longer.
I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. That somehow it was all a nightmare Dawn would undo.
I had no dreams at all. Nothing but darkness. And when I woke, my father said you were dead.
His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion ruined him. But for all his sins, he brought you back to me. Are you all right?
I will be. And you?
In this moment, I want for nothing.
Oh, c'est trop mignon. Je savais même pas qu'elles étaient ensemble. Mais oui, le A plus le I. Vous savez, sur le... C'est quoi, c'est une amulette, c'est une broche, je ne sais plus.
Ah, there you are. This is Aelin. Aelin, this is...
Nomi.
Oh, but we have met. This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. They watched my boot crush the very brain of villainy, and fought well against your changed father.
May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead. I have more to thank you for than I knew. And we have much to discuss. Perhaps we could join you in your camp later?
Vous y serez toujours les bienvenus.
We look forward to it.
Now you will leave us. We must take succor in one another's bodies and words.
Aelin! We'll see you later.
Ok. C'était pas traduit tout ce qu'ils ont dit en anglais, mais en gros, elles ont besoin de moments pour adultes. Elles ont besoin de se retrouver. Ça fait longtemps, vous voyez.
We leave the heart of the Absolute alive, thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric. But Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies.
J'ai déjà des alliés.
You have the makings of a leader. Your actions have already inspired those around you. Halsin's strength and loyalty will bolster you in times of need. But if we are to succeed, we will need others.
Je vais y réfléchir.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause. Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
On parle à tout le monde.
Safe return to the city. We'll see you there, Helmling. We need to get back to the city before those monsters do. Baldur's Gate is my home. I have to protect it.
On va y aller, t'inquiète pas.
Can't believe there are mind flayers targeting Baldur's Gate. We can't let them gain a foothold.
C'est qui là-haut là?
We need to move. The city's in danger.
Ok. Mais attendez, mais... Ah, ben c'est légèrement moi qui l'a tué. Mais pourquoi tu le pleures? Ah zut, fallait pas que je le tue?
It's a grim task, picking provisions from the dead. But the way I hear it, the fighting's not done yet. You need to resupply.
Wolbren, il est là.
I owe you an apology.
Oh! C'est vrai? C'est à Barcus que vous devriez présenter vos excuses. Oui, le pauvre Barcus. Vos retrouvailles à l'ultime lueur ont été pour le moins tendues. Mais oui.
Barcus and I are another matter. I'm dealing with you right now. I saw you as a means to escape, nothing more. But when the sky lit up, when I followed it here, I knew you were behind it. I apologize for not seeing your true worth, and for being, quite frankly, rude in Last Light.
Excuse acceptée.
I wasn't sure you would. I appreciate it.
Ok.
And that's precisely why I want you by my side in Baldur's Gate. The Iron Hand Gnomes are going to save the city, and you can be part of it.
Si vous voulez mon aide, il va falloir m'en dire plus. C'est bon.
The plan is what it's always been. To bring the work and innovations of the Iron Hand Gnomes to every corner of the realm. Problem is, Baldur's Gate is sick. Once the pinnacle of greatness, it's eating itself alive to save itself from starving. Find me in the city. And once you see what it's become, you'll know that I, and I alone, can stop it.
Barcus.
There you are. I was wondering where the devil you'd been.
J'avais décidé de m'offrir quelques vacances dans la colonie de flagelleurs mentaux là-dessous.
That sounds slimy. Never mind your distasteful predilections. We need to talk about Wolbren.
Mais je rigolais, prends pas ça au premier degré, Barcus. Que voulez-vous dire?
Wolbren and the Iron Hand Gnomes are planning something dreadful in the city. They have room powder, they have motive. We have to stop them.
Mon Dieu, je me sens mal là maintenant. Apparemment, nous allons avoir fort à faire à la porte de Baldur.
With the sword of justice in one hand and the shield of self-righteousness in the other, we most certainly will. To saving the city. And my fool of a friend. I'll be seeing you at your camp.
Il y a un manque de communication entre les deux là, ça donne envie de taper la tête avec le clavier, hein. Wolbren.
Bring every scrap of courage you have to Baldur's Gate. You'll need it for what's to come.
Va parler à Barcus. J'ai l'impression que c'est un vieux couple, vous savez, ils se parlent plus et nous on est entre les deux. Agila.
Moonrise has been cleansed. Baldur's Gate is next.
You'd make a fine fist.
Merci. On l'a
You
sauvé.
did it. Ketheric Thorm is no more. The Shadow's grip is broken. Soon, the land shall heal.
Heureuse d'avoir pu me rendre utile.
Not as glad as I am. Nature moves at its own pace and bestows its bounty when it sees fit. Give it time. A reward shall come to you when you need it most.
Oh, il est mignon. Alcine.
Thaniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him.
Heureuse d'avoir pu vous aider.
I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner.
Alors quand la malédiction sera-t-elle véritablement levée? Ça c'est l'impatience.
I can't say for certain, but we'll see it come to pass long before this place recedes behind us. Don't worry. All is at hand. We can depart whenever you're ready.
Qu'est-il advenu d'Olivier au juste? Est-ce que Saniel l'a absorbé?
No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Oliver is helping Thaniel to recover. They both lie dormant, like trees awaiting spring. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one or as a pair. Whatever they wish. I hope they will remain as a pair. It will be good for them both to have a friend, once I'm gone. Still, I would like to return here someday. See Thaniel and Oliver again. In my meditations, or perhaps in person, if the Oak Father wills it. I hope he does.
Et maintenant, vous avez obtenu ce que vous vouliez, non?
I have. But perhaps there is more that I want. Anyway, once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. I belong at your side.
Je suis heureuse de vous avoir à mes côtés. Oh, cette autre chose que vous voudriez, vous pourriez vouloir, qu'est-ce que c'est, au juste?
Not what, who, but all in due course.
Elles sont là!
Begone! I must admire Isabel's fulsome beauty away from prying eyes.
Sorry.
Ok, bon bah je vous laisse faire vos trucs, hein, c'est bon, oh là là, mais vous pourriez aller ailleurs quand même. Devant Essus, là.
With Jaheira to lead us, and you bringing light to the shadows, we might just have a chance.
Il se rince les yeux, il regarde sur le côté.
Long,
Mais l'étage, c'est ça.
dark below, but light above. Light at last.
Ouais.
I never saw myself as a banisher of shadows before. I was always more of a lurker-in, historically.
Garlac, qui danse.
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him? The tadpole, the absolute. How?
Apparemment, c'est un serviteur de Bane, tout comme Ketheric servait Myrcule. Qui sait quel pouvoir il a bien pu gagner depuis le temps où vous le connaissez.
I'd never have protected a Baneite even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast. He has to die. And I'm gonna be the one who kills him.
Nous nous en chargerons ensemble, quoi qu'il faille faire, nous le ferons.
He can't get away with what he's done. To me. To us. He won't get away with it.
Je compte bien essayer de lui poter le cucu.
The shadows are losing their grip on these lands. Shah can indeed be thwarted. Comforting to know. You wanted something?
Oh, pourquoi est-ce que j'ai à vous parler d'un certain nombre de choses?
I'm sorry. It might be best kept until later.
Ok.
I'd be a poor counsel and worse company just now.
Ok.
When Duke Elton formed the Flaming Fist, he sought out people of courage and honor to fill its ranks. You saved Daniel, lifted the curse, and killed an immortal. It's safe to say you'd have been recruited in an instant.
Merci. Cela aurait été un honneur de pouvoir servir sous les ordres du duc Eltan.
Of course, I have no idea what life is like under Duke Ravengard's rule, but I've seen the respect he inspires in the Flaming Fist. And that tells me all I need about him as a leader. I hope you can save Duke Ravengard, for the good of Baldur's Gate.
J'espère aussi. Accompagnez-moi, je pourrais avoir besoin de l'aide d'un point enflammé.
Thank you. But look at me. I am a relic. A glimpse of history barely strong enough to stand on his own 2 feet. Besides, Nathaniel should have someone here when he wakes up. It's the least I can do.
Ok. Alors je vous souhaite bonne chance, merci pour votre aide.
You too, my friend. Thank you. From Nathaniel and I.
My mom lives in the lower city. If those freaks hurt her, I'll turn them inside out.
Alors elle s'appelle comment ta maman? On peut peut-être essayer de vérifier.
Our enemies spread like rub rot. Treat one patch, and 2 more bloom in its place. An elder brain, bound by lost Netherese magic, with servants of the dead 3 holding the chain. Reminds me of old times.
À vous entendre, vous avez l'air dans votre élément.
Aren't you?
Disons que je commence à prendre mes marques.
When we met, I was licking my wounds. An old bear with her leg caught in the hunter's snare. Now I've slipped free of the trap and rediscovered my claws. It's time for me to hunt my prey. You have a nether stone, and you're on the scent of 2 more. These chosen have reason to fear you, and I would like to be at your side when you confront them.
Non, je serais ravie de vous avoir à mes côtés.
Glad to be there. Falling foul of Ketherick convinced me that my grand adventures were behind me. That even if I survived, I should hang up my blades. But you convinced me otherwise. We ventured into darkness together. Now we've come out the other side. I'd say I'm feeling a little refreshed. When we reach Baldur's Gate, there will be even darker paths to tread. I will follow you wherever they lead.
Entendu. Rendez-vous au camp.
How does it compare to a shadow-cursed inn? With the Absolute's army gone, the Risen Road should be clear. We can follow it all the way to Baldur's Gate. There's a Harper's safe house in Worm's Crossing. Denthelin's Dancing Axe. We do well to check in with them before entering the city proper. Beyond that, our course is yours to set. I can recall how to take orders, as well as give them.
J'aime bien, vous voyez Carla qui est chez Ombrecoeur qui faisait ouiller toute la tête derrière.
There'll be plenty of dead to mourn when this is done. But songs to sing too.
Ketherick's done, but that army's already on the move. This isn't done yet.
A curse lifted. The dead 3 allied once more. The balance shifts. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do illithids possess souls?
Quelle importance? Qu'est-ce que vous fichez ici, flétrisse? Je ne sais pas trop. Tous les êtres vivants en ont une, non?
No. Nor canst thou count mind flayers among them. Yet, the 3 amass an illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power.
A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed of my services.
Ça m'étonne de vous voir ici. Quelle est la raison de votre présence?
Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternally cold.
Vous semblez en savoir beaucoup sur les trois dieux morts.
Yes, Bane, Lord of Darkness, Baal, Lord of Murder, Merkel, Lord of Bones. Once judged, ascended, then vanquished, as one, and as three. The alliance is reforged, mortal. The plains thus quake, and the gods shudder.
Parlez sans détour, vous ne pourriez rien me dire de plus? Il tourne la tête vers la caméra comme s'il nous voyait.
No.
Ah d'accord.
Helm's blessings upon you.
Merci.
Back in last light, I was racking my brains. How the hells do we get past the curse? And then a blinding light cuts through the darkness like a blade through butter. All thanks to you, I hear. Didn't think we'd make it without the old Hell Rider to lead us. But you did a damn fine job.
Merci. J'ai libéré Zevlor dans la colonie, ce qui signifie qu'il a toutes ses chances d'être encore en vie. Mais il est où Zevlor en vrai? Ouais, faut lui dire que Zevlor il est quelque part en vie, je sais pas ce qu'il fait.
I would. He didn't have any fight left in him.
What?
I looked up to him. We all did. But he let us down when we needed him most.
Mais pourquoi on lui explique pas ce que Zevlor
There are
nous a
less
dit?
mouths to feed, but we still need supplies for the road. We'll scavenge what we can. Hopefully, we'll see you again in the city. Maybe we...
You're here. Good. That's good.
Est-ce que ça va?
Me? Oh, I'm fine. I'm just worried about the kids. Maul is still missing, and they haven't taken it too well. I've been trying to cheer them up. We're writing a song together. But I think they're just humoring me.
Je suis sûre qu'ils apprécient beaucoup ce que vous faites pour eux.
Maybe. I'd love to put on a show just for them. But it's boring if I'm the only one playing. I need another bard. Maybe I'll find one in the city.
Oh mince.
Until then, the kids and I shall work on our masterpiece.
Je regrette de ne pas avoir créé un barde maintenant. Est-ce qu'on peut écouter sa chanson? Tu chantes pas, tu fais que jouer? Mais Alfira?
The curse is broken and the shadows are lifting. In time, these lands will heal.
Regardez, Jaleira, elle est là.
I would not linger in this land over long. But whatever your business, I will aid you if I can.
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure, we're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun.
Les serviteurs de l'Absolu détiennent garde-corbeau. Où risquent-ils de l'emmener?
Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist and their commander, my father. The Absolute's army's on the march. Gods forbid a tadpole Grand Duke throw open the gates for them.
Que savez-vous au sujet de Gortash et d'Orin?
Orin? I'd never heard tell of. But Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like.
Mizora a dit que vous pouviez parler de ce qui avait conduit à votre pacte et votre exil désormais. Il est grand temps que je sache toute la vérité.
Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it?
Je donnerai ma vie pour protéger les habitants de la cité.
As would I. And more. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the cult of the dragon made its move.
The cult of the dragon, a fractured religion. Some believers hold that undead dragons will inherit the world. Others worship the dragon goddess Tiamat and intend to summon her to Faerun.
Hochez la tête et laissez Will poursuivre son histoire.
A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. The Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened.
Permettre à Will de partager ses souvenirs avec vous.
In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. As the maelstrom howls, Mizora's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness. And I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city.
C'était un choix courageux et terrifiant aussi.
I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed.
J'imagine que Mizora se fiche royalement de la porte de Baldur. Pourquoi diable voudrait-elle la sauver?
She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie.
C'est comme ça que vous avez perdu un œil dans votre bataille contre le culte du dragon?
It is. The one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her.
Et votre père, le grand-duc?
He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. I showed him my stone eye, but he only turned away. After, he said only one word. Go. So I did.
Ouais, nous en reparlerons plus tard, le pauvre. Il nous dit tout ça et nous on se casse?
I understand.
What? Vous devez vous n'avoir beaucoup voulu à votre père pour vous avoir chassé de la cité.
No, never. He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst, and Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither.
Votre père vous manque?
More than you know. The better question is, did he ever miss me?
Bon, sûrement.
If he did, he missed the Will Ravengard he once knew, not the hell-touched warlock he returned to.
Oh, il est dur avec lui-même, hein. Ouf.
The shadows are lifted. Finally, we can breathe free.
Wish we could stay and see what this place will be like without the shadows. I bet it's beautiful. No rest for the wicked, huh?
Mais on peut revenir, non? Est-ce qu'on pourra revenir? Dites-moi plus sur votre relation avec Gortash.
He got his claws into me early. I was a wild kid, brawling my way through the city. One of my mates got wind of a bit of work guarding some indoorsy type with lots of enemies. Seemed like easy money, so I went in for it. He took one look at me and said I was perfect. I liked that. Not like that, you know. Just, it felt like a good fit. I kept him safe, and he paid me well. Well enough to move my folks into a better neighborhood and put something away for the future. My future. I respected him, trusted him. And he returned that trust, that respect. His life was in my hands, and I took that seriously. The whole thing with Zariel happened so fast. I had no idea what had gone down until it was over. One minute I was in Baldur's Gate, a happy, healthy, not quite kid. The next, I was burning up in Avernus with an engine for a heart. Zariel laughed. Said she paid him well for my services. She'd wanted to test her new machine, and he said I'd be able to handle it. He was right. Sometimes I wish he weren't. Evil. Evil bastard.
I think we've done rather a good thing here. A welcome change to give this land a sliver of hope amongst so much despair.
I can't believe it. I can't believe Aelin is here. And my father. I heard what happened. What he'd become. By killing him. You set him free. You set Aelin free. And me.
Aelin et vous semblez vous connaître depuis longtemps. Que vous est-il arrivé?
A great deal. But still, some of the details elude me. Ketheric Thorm was my father. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me. All my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. Tell me, do you believe in love at first sight?
Oui, certainement, il peut y avoir de la magie dans un simple regard.
That's exactly it. And I tell you, I took one look at her and I just knew. She was it. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... And this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped.
Il était devenu l'élu de Myrkul.
I didn't know that then. But I could see the change in him. He told me we'd be together now. Said that Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors plaguing this land. my home. I couldn't tell her who I was. I had to protect them. And myself. No matter what.
C'est tout à fait compréhensible.
It's all out in the open now. And with my father dead, I have nothing to fear. Except for Aelin. She needs healing. Rest. I'm grateful for your help. Your friendship. I hope we won't intrude on your hospitality too long. But I'm grateful for a safe place to... well... just to be.
Aelin.
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer. Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory. Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me. Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Merkel, is dead at last. My mate, Most High. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well and returned to my embrace. Blessings upon the slayer of the Wicked One.
Je n'aurais pas pu y arriver sans vous.
We are a powerful party indeed. Faerun itself trembles at our touch. My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it.
Moi aussi. Il y a encore beaucoup de choses que j'ignore à votre sujet.
Pray, ask, and I will tell.
Êtes-vous vraiment la fille de Selûne?
Do I not radiate with my mother's brightness, her glory? There can be no doubt. I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial womb.
Votre mère serait-elle disposée à nous aider dans notre lutte contre les trois dieux morts?
Why, she already has. She has brought her sword to your side, Dame Aelin. So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together we will set this fair land free of tyranny and murder.
Comment vous êtes-vous retrouvée prisonnière de la Gisombre?
Ketheric Thorm, father of my one and only love, enslaver of Dame Aelin. Ketheric Thorm never did trust me, even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel, by her love for me. When she died, curse the day, the hour, we each of us mourned bitterly. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief. And she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind. He and his loathsome advisor, Balthazar, lured me into the Shadowfell, claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage. I was killed, murdered, made dead over and over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature. And Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while. But lo, the brute is dead, and we live!
Prendre congé.
Begone, friend. I have a darling to adore.
Ah oui, comment comptez-vous profiter de votre liberté retrouvée?
I am free from my bonds, but not my duty. The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. You must face them. I will help.
Vous devriez rejoindre mon campement de manière permanente. Ainsi, nous pourrons affronter les forces du mal ensemble.
Our thoughts are as one, my friend. You must face the chosen of Bane and Baal. I will do my part to see them laid low.
Yes! Vous avez prétendu connaître des choses au sujet d'Ombrecoeur. Quand comptez-vous les lui révéler?
In due time. Mother Selûne will tell me when the time is right. Painful truths should be handled with some decorum.
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past. Being chased by wolves. I told no one about that. Almost no one. But I certainly didn't share that with you.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shah's...
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotees.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others. Someplace distant. Let me help you remember.
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed.
Ok, ouvrir votre esprit à cette sensation.
Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere.
On va savoir ce qui s'est passé. Mais...
Something sparks in your memory. Teachings about Selûnite rites of passage, about how they would abandon their children out in the wilds and force them to find their way home. It seems that one child never came back. She was taken.
What? Who was that man?
You already know. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood?
Non, ils ont tué son père.
That was him.
That is him. He lives still. And your mother, too.
No. It can't be. I'm an orphan.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman. One who knows what must be done.
My parents. I need to save them.
Je vais vous y aider.
Your parents are with your abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have been forewarned for what is to come, but not yet forearmed.
On va observer en silence.
The spear. How do you have it? I threw it into the Shadowfell.
Shar is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shar calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
I'll need every advantage, it seems. Thank you.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own.
It hurts.
Shar torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey.
At least Shadowheart is armed with the truth now. May its keen edge draw forth whatever vengeance she desires.
So, it's a quest to free Shadowheart's parents, is it? And here I was, worried I'd be the only one with a difficult family reunion waiting in the city.
Looking forward to a bit of rest, if I'm honest. It's been a long century.
Poor Shadowheart. She's been jerked around so much. I want to believe the gods keep this world balanced, but sometimes I wonder.
Taken from the light to be raised in darkness. Your truth is finally dawning, Shadowheart. You can follow its light, or you can retreat back into dusk. The truth is finally dawning. Shadowheart can follow its light, or she can retreat back into dusk.
Shadowheart was no true child of Shah, merely a captive. She must have her vengeance.
I've been lied to. My whole life. And I was gullible enough to just believe it. My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me.
Vous avez été obligé de mener une existence de mensonges. Au moins, maintenant, la vérité commence à émerger.
Indeed. But the truth may yet prove painful. Who knows what Shah still keeps from me? We'd better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to.
C'est-à-dire...
You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me.
Nous dit-elle en rigolant un petit peu. Attends. C'est quoi? Vers la porte de Baldur.
The Absolute's armies are on the march, and Baldur's Gate is their target.
C'est bon? On y va? Vous êtes prêts les gars? Parce que moi j'y vais. Hein. Vous vous apprêtez à poursuivre votre aventure. Une fois ce point franchi, il est possible que vous ne puissiez pas revenir en arrière. Vérifiez bien que vous ne laissez pas derrière vous des choses que vous aimeriez faire avant de continuer. Ouais.
The curse has been lifted. The land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Mais on va plus voir la statue? Waouh! Carlac, regarde! Mais retournez-vous, les gars! Mais moi maintenant j'ai envie d'y retourner pour voir à quoi ça ressemble. Oh, qu'est-ce que se passe? Oh non, pas lui.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping and yes sir, no sir, rip and cut your throat, sir.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the Prism Bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to
split your skin to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Elles sont là. Elles sont tout le temps fourrées ensemble maintenant. D'un autre côté, c'est mignon.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
Ah, je suis impatiente! Je suis impatiente! Je suis impatiente, les amis, regardez-moi ça! Waouh! Oh, il y a un lac énorme et tout. On va avoir tout ça à explorer. Waouh, 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 waouh. Oh! Là-bas, il y a la vraie ville. Donc là, je pense que ça fait un petit peu campagne. Vous voyez, plein de trucs. Si, je vais arrêter la vidéo ici pour la team YouTube. Je vous remercie d'avoir regardé la vidéo. J'espère que vous avez passé un bon moment avec moi. N'hésitez pas à me dire en commentaire ce que vous pensez du jeu. N'oubliez pas de mettre un petit pouce bleu à la vidéo, la partager autour de vous. Ça m'aide beaucoup si vous le faites, donc merci infiniment. N'oubliez pas de vous abonner aussi si ce n'est pas déjà fait. Mais surtout, prenez soin de vous, c'est le plus important. Et je vous dis à bientôt. Bisous, bisous.